We haven't had one anti-union meeting that I haven't come out of shaking.
It's deliberate intimidation and borderline harassment. They're not trying to hide it anymore, which I almost find a little bit refreshing. At least we know what we're walking into.
At my meetings, I've had Roxanne Williams, who's the president of North America. I've had Allison Peck, who's the regional vice president for the Northeast. I've had Deanna, who's our new regional director who got put in after the union campaign started. At the cafe itself, it's like this rotating door where we've had more than 100 corporate visits now in the last 7 weeks from different people.
The constant prodding that they'll do while I'm just trying to do my job. We're extremely busy. I'll be at the drive-through trying to take orders and trying to cash people out, and they're also talking in my ear about my experience at Starbucks.
They've been using a slideshow in their last meetings. The meetings have gotten increasingly anti-union. In the beginning, it was kind of let's talk about what makes you love Starbucks. And then it got more and more, the union will control you, which is something that's actually in one of their slides. And they were implying it was going to be like a Crucible or Salem witch trial of everybody putting each other on trial.
They really stopped just a sentence short of basically saying, hey, if you join this union, there's a chance that you could go to jail. I mean, we know that these are lies. And we've got partners who are 17 and 18 years old. If you're telling me that wasn't meant to scare people into thinking that, this is something they could potentially be tried in a court of law for, I don't know what else the purpose of that would have served. And the customers, they know what's going on. They're not happy when they try to swing by their regular store on their way home from work to grab their coffee, and there's someone from corporate standing out there in a green apron, handing them a $5 gift card saying, sorry, the store's closed today for a meeting.
So Elmwood has been closed for these captive audience meetings and also closed for a week-long remodel. There was talk about the remodel in the spring, but it kept getting delayed and pushed back and pushed back. And then as soon as the union campaign hit, it was okay, we have the date, we have this. We're bringing in the senior vice president of Starbucks who oversees US operations to supervise the Elmwood remodel. Normally, she would have nothing to do with a remodel of a store, but that was her excuse. Just like Roxanne, the first time she came into Elmwood, told me that her reason for visiting our store was to look at the carpet in our back room.
I mean, you joke, but that carpet is one of their major accomplishments of being last 7 weeks. That carpet's gone.
We have tiled floors now. The other day, I brought in the most recent pamphlets that the partners made to get information out to our coworkers. I put them in our back room. They're there for a day. I'm working my shift. A crew of about 10 or so corporate people come in. At the end of my shift, I go back to the back room. Guess what's disappeared? The pamphlets. And I'm sure it was a coincidence. And no one could answer where they went.
Starbucks is running, one of the largest anti-union campaigns that we've seen that I think rivals, if not surpasses, what we saw in Bessemer and Amazon. I don't think Jeff Bezos was on the floor of the Amazon factory every day, walking around personally talking to workers, but we have Roxanne Williams right below Kevin Johnson, the CEO of Starbucks, walking around talking to workers, telling them to vote no. We need people to stand with us, to condemn Starbucks for these tactics, because companies can't get away with this anymore.
How can everyday people support you all?
We're not asking for a boycott of the company, at least not at this point.
You're the company.
We are the company. It would not be in our best interest. We don't want to take the company down. We want to make the company better. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for people to say, hey, I'm still coming here because they're unionizing. I'm still buying this coffee because I'd rather buy this union coffee than go and buy, a coffee from a non-union place. And I'll continue to buy this coffee if you allow these people to unionize. I think the public pressure would be substantial.